It is the 2nd of July 2021 and a Friday as well. Welcome to UBC Lunchtime News. My name is Sharon. Kyomugisha. In our top stories of the day, police have arrested the assailant who attempted to kill General Edward Katumba Wamala, but unfortunately the targets were off targets but accurate for his daughter Brenda Nantongo, who lost her life in the mix. According to the Deputy Inspector General Police, Major General Paul Lokech, the CCTV camera footage aided the arrests. Now, one of the suspects was also killed when he fought back during the arrest.
General of Police Major General Paul Lokech says police investigators have been having sleepless nights and busy days since the failed assassination of General Katumba Wamala on 1st June. After analyzing the CCTV camera footage combined with other leads, police says they have finally arrested the executors of the failed assassination.
Shooters on the 1st June of General Katumba and subsequently killing his loved daughter and the driver have been got.
According to Lokech, the suspects arrested performed different roles during the assassination attempt, and Major General Lokech has linked the groups to the Allied Democratic Republic of Congo. The one who shot, his nickname is Master, with his real names Hussein Wahabru Wama, was shot dead by police during the arrest.
The team zeroed on Master. We got Master. And he was trying to fight my forces. And we have put Master out of action.
Some of the suspects were the ones riding the motorcycle during the botched assassination, and others kept the gun after the failed assassination.
We have also arrested another character called Amin, that they took the gun to his place.
On the question of who are the earlier suspects already in court, police says those were the planners of the assassination.
That we took to cells after our collaborations of technical intelligence and surveillance. They were in the planning cell of the assassination.
General Katumba Wamala was shot at on 1st June this year. He survived the gunshots, but the driver and the daughter instead died on spot. Jane Kyomugisha, Philip Aguta, UBC News.
The new commander, UPDF Land Forces Lieutenant General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, has received office from his predecessor, General Peter Elwelwe, at an event officiated by Chief of Defence Forces General Wilson Mbadi. This was at a ceremony held at Bombo Land Forces headquarters. Details in this report.
Arriving for the scheduled event at the Bombo General Defence Land Forces headquarters was Chief of Defence Forces General Wilson Mbadi. He was here to officiate at the handover of the newly appointed command for UPDF Land Forces. And from one commander of the UPDF to another, General Peter Elwelwe handed over the mantle to Lieutenant General Muhoozi Kainerugaba.
The threats might have changed, but the goal of defending the independence and sovereignty of the motherland remains the same. This new team shall endeavor to build the capabilities of the land forces to meet those new
to working closely with the other security services for purposes of Uganda's stability. He intends to focus on, among other priorities, enhancing combat capability.
And men. I know this has been going on and I thank the CPC for the work he has done, but we shall seek to do even more. I look forward to working with everyone in land forces in achieving these goals. I look forward to working with everyone in the UPDF.
In agreement with him was Chief of Defense Forces, General Wilson Mbadi. He emphasized the need to maintain Uganda's stability.
A soldier without political education is a potential criminal. Let's make our contribution as a team. Like Mzee Nyerere said, that it can be done. You play your part.
The ceremony also saw other officers hand and take over, including Chief of Staff and Deputy Commander, Land Force.
When we were at school, especially high school, they used to teach us, the higher you go, the cooler it becomes. I'm not saying I'm withdrawing because of the heat. Instead, I'm happy and determined to face the heat.
The change of command at the UPDF's Land Force headquarters in Bombo follows recent changes in the army made by the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. This saw General Wilson Mbadi elevated to CDF, Lieutenant General Peter Elwelu to Deputy CDF, and Lieutenant General Mhozi Kainerugaba as Commander Land Forces, among others. Henry Okurut, UBC.
Well, congratulations to the new commander. UPDF Land Force Panel Parliamentary Oversight Committee on COVID-19 pandemic has summoned Ministry of Health officials led by Dr. Ruth Acheng, and on top of agenda in today's interaction includes the fake COVID-19 vaccination to over 800 Ugandans around Kampala. Details follow.
The Parliamentary Oversight Committee on COVID-19, led by MP Abdu Katuntu, starts its work this week. The fake vaccination allegations to over 800 Ugandans have started their work, and the Minister for Health, Dr. Ruth Acheng, will be the first to be interrogated.
Everything related or incidental to COVID, we shall interrogate it. In a situation like this, we have so many people of bad manners who like to take advantage of a bad situation, a crisis, to make money or to enrich themselves, both immorally and unlawfully. We also want to find out if a situation like that has arisen, what has government done to that particular health unit where counterfeit drugs were being injected to our people, because that turns to murder.
It is a shame really to the country that we can have fake vaccination, that you have fake, that people are going around selling. People are going around the country vaccinating our people with the wrong vaccinations. But whereas it is a shame, it is not surprising. We have had ghost soldiers.
The members of parliament have also urged President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and other arms of government to investigate the racket behind this scam and be prosecuted before the courts.
For the president, since one of the activities took oath about to protect Ugandans and their property. Therefore, this is the first #1 insecurity to Ugandans, where we expect the president to come up with a louder voice to issue an ultimatum to all ministries, including the Uganda National Bureau of Standards, to take action to find out whether they are real waters or there were other chemicals injected into Ugandans. And if they were just mere waters, what were the major intentions of such personnel using such waters?
The members are now worried that this kind of habit will affect the progress of fighting COVID-19 in the country.
Before we go to that, we think we need to investigate and find out the crux of the matter, how true it is. And if it is true, then we can exercise our power to hold people responsible.
The fake vaccination was administered to different companies around Kampala at a range of 100,000 shillings to 200,000 shillings per individual. The State House Health Monitoring Unit intervened after a tip-off from a whistleblower. Philip Aguta, UBC News in Kampala.
Okay, hope we have finished.
A section of members of parliament want government to double the 100,000 Ugandan shillings relief aid for those affected by the COVID-19 lockdown. This was at a press conference held by the shadow cabinet at parliament yesterday, among other issues to streamline the lockdown. Watch.
Government this week started registering the expanded 16 identified vulnerable groups eligible to receive shillings 100,000 COVID-19 relief cash, whose disbursement is expected to start within the next 2 weeks. Cabinet on Monday resolved that registration of beneficiaries will be conducted by officials of Uganda Bureau of Statistics and town clerks. In Zani, Kampala suburb, the head of the ghetto in Kampala, Nicholas Ategeka, also known as Ghetto King, thanked government for thinking about them during this period. He urged colleagues to register when approached.
Nti bagoberere amateeka n'obukwakkulizo n'emirembe ebyo kugoberera enteekateeka za gavumenti zerina eri okusindika sente ku buli simu ey'omuntu yenna anaabagwanidde.
At a press conference held at Uganda Media Center on Tuesday, Minister for Gender, Labour and Social Development, Among Betty, said once the survey is completed, the names will be displayed in various villages to ensure people who fall in those categories do not miss out.
So in your village or wherever you are, you will receive somebody within the next, because aggregation of data, update of register, display of register, all is supposed to be undertaken to 4th of July.
However, a section of members of parliament want government to double the 100,000 shillings.
I also think it should be doubled by suppressing the State House budget, since the president no longer has many movements.
The National Population and Housing Census indicates that 27% of the households are in urban areas. However, the remaining 73% is in the rural areas. This indicates that there are so many people in the rural areas that are not going to receive the relief aid that is needed.
Addressing the media at Parliament Thursday morning, Mityana woman member of Parliament Joyce Bagala and other members of the shadow cabinet asked the Speaker to recall the House and deliberate on the COVID-19 management strategy.
We emphasize and we demand that the Speaker of Parliament recall the parliamentary sittings immediately. The Minister stated clearly that by the 6th of this month, they will start giving out money to the populations. Without the parliamentary blessings, without the parliamentary discussion.
Others think that government should consider vaccinating all Ugandans for business to fully return to normal and to get rid of lockdowns.
When are they going to immunize everyone? At least 10 to 20 million people, such that work goes back to normal. That's all we need government to do. We don't mind whether they have given us the 20,000 per person for the 42 days. That's now irrelevant. We have learned to survive without you. We have learned. For 11, 12 days, we have been out of, you have not given us anything, and we are not complaining. So we are saying, can we live with the disease for the next 20 days? But be sure that you've immunized everyone. And after immunizing everyone, we are going back to normal.
Kisoro residents are expanding the area's tourism opportunities that include tapping into exclusive physical features. Renowned for gorilla tourism and mountain climbing, Kisoro residents are now considering adding to these lists lakes, fissures, caves and cone-shaped hills formed due to volcanism. Details follow.
These places are important where those special features should be secured for tourism and research. So,
splendor, beauty, and residents' ability to tame a rugged terrain into access is what defines Kisoro district, also fondly referred to as Bufumbira by area residents.
So we have a plan, and we shall launch soon the map of Kisoro showing tourism potential sites, and we shall, after Corona challenges, we shall invite the private sector and civil society and development partners to help us develop those places.
The largely mountainous district, dotted with undulating hills, interlocking valleys, inactive volcanic features, lava-dammed lakes, the friendly people, the winding roads, forests bubbling with mountain gorillas, terraces on the cone-shaped hills, and residents' ability to adapt to the largely steep hills are some of the eye-catching features that characterizes the most southwesterly district.
We do mapping of all tourism potential sites, be it those special areas of deep vents like that of where if you threw a stone now and you went to Kampala and came back, you go back, you still here, it's still rolling down.
Now, residents want this beauty converted to a cash cow for socio-economic development of this naturally cool district.
Twawuhindura towa kuko abagira neza n'abazungu n'abandi bantu bavuye hanze baza kureba bakadusigira ishiringi zigafasha village yacu Nzogera.
A community zizira around zigira icyo zatunga muri iki kintu bakigazetinga. Habo tubari abagayidi, abana b'abagayidi babagambire ninga bakikuru babagambire ikintu umugasho gwacu ningo ko cyayizira ko bacishangireho kugira ngo community ibone income wa tourist ninga mu bakerarugendo.
Some of the features, like underground fissures, subterranean tunnels, and caves, are features that are unique to Kisoro and potential tourism attractions.
Links are Lake Mutanda and the Lake Tuhonde Rwanda, and those 6 lakes.
Mgainga Golia National Park, that residents of Zogera in Nyarusa sub-county named Muremure, loosely translated as very deep, is one of the features being marketed for tourism.
It's endless pit. Kunkachira connecting na Lake Mutanda, connecting na Munacha hafi na Kayumbu, na Ruhondo, na Bulera yo mu Rwanda. Na Kivu. That's why wata munke chintu, okanaga munke chintu. Wachitegereza. Chachitashorere mu Lake Mutanda cyashorera za Chahafi ninga za Bulera ninga Ruhondo.
Residents claim that once in a while, enraged residents throw themselves into this fissure with intentions of ending their lives.
So they call it a bottomless pit. That's where they used to throw girls who got pregnant. It was a punishment place. But now that we no longer do that, what else can we do about them? Yes, we can coin them, package them to be tourism sites, together with other important sites like where Winston Churchill stood and called Uganda part of Africa. That is Kanava. So
during pre-colonial wars in the area, prisoners would be pushed down into this fissure, believed to be connected to lakes Mutanda and Mrehe, about 12 kilometers away.
They were captives, the Chinese, and the British when they are fighting for Mumbira. Many people were buried here. And the current civil wars, we are not
fissure reportedly emits a smoke-like gaseous substance with a pungent smell, an indication that is still active.
Ushange nkembogo zazara abantu batagizireki batahikire ninga nk'abakazi nkenda zirugemo. So hariho ubwire bwamanya ngo ubwire buri buti abakazi bine nkenda tibarije ngakuno gukora ki ukoreyo nka mu misiri yabo.
Residents now want this deep fissure fenced off and marketed as a tourism attraction spot, so that tourists visiting the nearby Virunga National Park veer off to look at it for the community's benefit in the form of revenue from royalties.
So this thing must be gazetted, must be a protected area. So that's why I call the government to help and make sure.
National Park on the slopes of Mufumbira mountain ranges, where golden wheat fields and Irish potato gardens embellish the area's beauty.
Have so many vents. They are vents, but they call them holes. Like one of Muremure, we have one in Torele, Mwapiche. We have a number of caves. All of those are due to volcanic activity.
Kisoro district land formation was largely influenced by volcanic activity in the past, with one of the mountain peaks of Mfumbiro ranges near Goma City in the Democratic Republic of Congo still active.
all of the active volcanoes are in Congo and Rwanda on those sides. So I want to...
Haimana Deo, reporting for UBC News, Kisoro.
Mountains.
Very beautiful right there. That was Kisoro. Thank you so much, Haimana Deo, for that story. We'll take you back with more stories.
And the toothbrush breaks in the what? In the porridge. Then I call who?
Wait, what?
First wait, I am still telling you. Then the jerrycan does what?
Love to talk? MTN My Paka Paka now has more minutes. Get My Paka Paka voice bundles to talk and talk at no extra charge. Dial *160*1# to activate My Paka Paka.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
COVID-19, Chijakugwa. If we get vaccinated now, observe social distancing, wear a mask properly, sanitize or wash our hands with soap and water regularly. Together we can defeat this enemy.
The Ministry of Health would like to appreciate Ugandans for their cooperation in ensuring that COVID-19 standard operation procedures are adhered to. However, it would also like to remind the public that cases of neglect tropical diseases are still many. And for that matter, the Ministry of Health, together with ASCEND project, would like to encourage all the people who have signs and symptoms such as swollen stomachs, swollen legs, also known as elephantiasis, and difficult in seeing or blindness, to seek treatment from the nearest government health facilities. Please remember to stay safe and protect yourself by regular hand washing with soap and clean running water, keeping dirty hands away from your eyes, always using pit latrines and discouraging open defecation in your community to avoid flies that carry germs, reporting to health facility early when feeling unwell. This message is brought to you by Ministry of Health with support from ASCEND project. It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or give.
Get freaky too! Dial *149*10# to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, *4#. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial *149*10# to get started. Airtel, the smartphone network.
You're still watching UBC Lunchtime News. In more stories, the National Union of Disabled Persons of Uganda have appealed to government to consider people living with disabilities among the group to receive COVID-19 fund relief. This was during a press conference held at its head offices in Bokoto.
An inclusive strategy to enable persons with disability access the government incentive during the 42 days of the total lockdown. This may include issuing vouchers, since a considerable number of persons with disability do not own mobile phones. Consider parents, caregivers of children with children with disability, such as cerebral palsy, psychosocial disability, epilepsy, people living with albinism, since they majorly depend on drugs for survival, and it is necessary that they properly feed and well taken care of to supplement their drugs, especially during this lockdown.
If we are telling people that walk, a person who has no disability will walk to the marketplace. A person who has no disability maybe will go to a neighbor and ask for something to eat, which a person with disability may not do. So even as we go out to give the money, we want to appeal to the committee, the task force, please prioritize persons with disabilities. If possible, begin with them, because they are more vulnerable than the rest of the groups. So for example, if you go to a city, can we prioritize? Can we make sure that at least persons with disabilities are attended to first, and then the rest of the people can also come in?
Thank you so much for watching UBC Lunchtime News with me, Sharon. Stay tuned for more programming coming your way. Have a good afternoon.